Hello guys, this is Divya and I'm back with another episode of Personalities. Today we will be discussing about the legendary singer, one of the best singers of India, one of my favorite singer also, and I feel so good, making this video. And she's also, I must say, she's also one of the favorite of so many Indian people, those who love the music. So now let us begin. And before I begin, I would like to request you to subscribe Vysh IAS channel if you haven't yet. Also, press the bell notification so that you never miss an update of any of the new video that is coming, right? And I hope you are watching all the foundational videos because those videos are really crucial for your examination. It will clear all your doubts about the examination. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to ask anyone, because those videos answer all the questions. And also hope you have joined the test series because those test series are benefiting so many students, those who are appearing for the exam, not just for 2023, but most of the 2023 aspirants have joined the test series, right? So hope you have also done that. So now let us begin. So Lata Mangeshkar was an Indian playback singer, right? And she was an occasional music director as well, but she is considered to have been one of the greatest and most influential singers in India. Her contribution to the Indian music industry, it spans around eight decades, that is 80 years, 80 long years, and she is given so many titles, honorific titles such as Queen of Melody, Nightingale of India, and Voice of Millennium, and deservedly so. She deserved all these accolades. And now let us know about her early life. So Lata Mangeshkar was born on 28th September 1929. That is in Indore, and which is right now in the. Her father was Dinanath Mangeshkar. He was a Marathi and Konkani classical singer and also theatre actor. Her mother was Shevanti, later renamed to Sudhamati. She was a Gujarati woman. Now her singing career. So now we will know about her musical journey. So in 1942, her father had untimely. He died untimely, and he was the breadwinner. So the onus of providing for the family, came onto her shoulder, and then his father's friend, that is Master Vinayak, took care of the Mangeshkar family and offered her a role in the film Badi Ma, where she started singing. So in 1949, she moved to Bombay, that is Mumbai, and then she started learning Hindustani music. And as far as I know, Indian Shastriya Sangeet, that is Indian classical music, has two sects, that is Hindustani music and then Carnatic music. Right? Hindustani music is mostly confined to the northern part of India, and I think Carnatic is mostly confined to the southern part of India. So she learned Hindustani music from Ustad Aman Ali Khan. And Lata Mangeshkar, then she started working with several legendary music directors, including Madan Mohan, R.D. Burman, and then the duo of Lakshmikant and Pyarelal ji. And also she had worked with A.R. Rahman. And at a time, there was a time when all the music directors only wanted Lata Mangeshkar to sing for her for their songs. And then she teamed up with Madan Mohan for 1960s, that is for the song Aapki Nazron Ne Samjha from the movie Unpad. This is one of the very beautiful songs, one of the best songs I have heard. And then there is also Lag Ja Gale and Naina Barse Rimjim from the movie Wo Kaun Thi. And these two movies are also classical movies, evergreen movies. I like these movies a lot because these are beautifully sung, and the actress was Sadhana in this, from the in the movie Wo Konthi. Very beautifully picturized movie song, and very beautifully sung song, right? And then she sung over 700 songs for Lakshmikant and Pyarelal, and it included Mere Naseeb Mein from the movie Naseeb, and then Shisha Ho Ya Dil Ho, also one of the very popular songs. Then some of the awards and recognitions. So Lata Mangeshkar, she received several awards and accolades during her 80-year long career. So in 1974, she became the first Indian to perform at Royal Albert Hall, and she is the recipient of three national awards, National Film Awards, 15 Film Journalist Association Awards, four Filmfare Best Female Playback Singer Award, and then two Filmfare Special Awards, Filmfare Lifetime Achievement Award, and so many more, which she rightly deserved. Then she was bestowed with the Dada Saheb Phalke Award in 1989. And then in 2001 she was awarded India's highest civilian honor, that is Bharat Ratna. And the government of France, they conferred her with with its highest civilian award, that is Office of the Legion of Honor, in 2007. And along with this, she held the distinction of being the most recorded artist in the history of Indian music in Guinness record in 1974. Then Indian government, honored her with the title Daughter of the Nation award for her 90th birthday in September 2019. Now her illness and her unfortunate death. So on 8 January 2022, she was tested positive, I mean COVID positive. She had mild symptoms and she was admitted to the ICU of Breach Candy Hospital, which is in Mumbai, because she used to stay in Mumbai. And then she remained in ICU, and there was some marginal improvement in her health, and by 28th January she was also off the ventilator, but later her health deteriorated. Then on 5th February, her health even further deteriorated, and she was put on, she was undergoing aggressive therapy. But she had, on 6th of February, she succumbed to her, to her illness, and she had died. And it broke so many hearts, and so many fans really felt, really, I mean, they had lost one of the favorite singers. And many of her used to even consider her as the Saraswati, because of her talent, right? So now with this, she this episode comes to an end. Hope you enjoyed it, right? If you did, like this video, share these videos as much as you can. Thank you. We'll meet in the next one.